Now, this is the part of the evening that we've all been waiting for with bated breath. So strap on your seatbelts, because the Business Today Most Powerful Women in Business issue, launched in the year 2003, has established itself as a powerful legacy of highlighting and celebrating the achievements of extraordinary women leaders across diverse industries. Today, we are honored to unveil the latest edition of the Business Today Most Powerful Women magazine issue, which showcases the inspiring stories of the leading women who have made it to the coveted list this year. I'd like to call on stage Madhvi Puri Butch, Chairperson SEBI, Kali Puri, Vice Chairperson India Today Group, and Saurabh Majumdar, editor at Business Today. Can we have a huge round of applause? This is the real MVP of the show. Guys, a huge round of applause. This is where we crank up the volume. Request Kali Puri, Vice Chairperson at the India Today Group, to please stay back and deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening. I want to tell you two small stories. Please indulge me. They come from the election field because we're still in the midst of a final result of 3 states. We're still waiting for 3 CMs to be announced, and it should happen over the weekend. So the PM told us this story from his campaign in the interiors of Jharkhand. He met a group of women. He asked them how they were selected to come and meet him. And they said, "We are Lakpati Didis." So he said, "What's that?" And they said, "We are women entrepreneurs who used government funds, and our turnover now is over 1 lakh. And that's how we were selected." So he was quite intrigued, and he said, "Okay, what do you do with your profits?" And a few hands came up, and he expected that answer, he said. They said, "Oh, we invested in jewelry." And he said that's okay. He was telling an audience, so he told us that, I expected that answer, but jewelry for women is not just about, looking better. It's an insurance. So he expected that answer, but he pressed further and he said, "What else did you do?" And so one woman stood up and she said, "My husband is a daily laborer, and he goes to work every day in his cycle, and I don't like that. So with my profit, I've bought him a scooty, an e-scooty." And she knew what an electric scooty was, and she knew the scooty, and she wanted him to have that respect that he came in a scooty. So he was very pleased with that. And then a few other hands went up, and he said, "What are you doing with the money?" And she said that I turned over the profit and I put it down as a down payment. I've bought my husband a tractor, and now he's going from field to field where we rent it out for a couple of hours, and we made enough money, we're going to buy some more tractors. So I thought this story was just amazing because it showed us what was happening right down there at ground level, in the interiors of a state like Jharkhand, where these women understood the intricacies of an electric bike. They had aspirations, and they had the agency to make their dreams come true. The second story is kind of also related. It came from a founder of a microfinance company. And he told me about a woman who had come and taken a loan from him, and she'd gone through the whole process and they'd given her the loan. But the very next day she came back and she returned the loan to him. And he said, "Why are you returning the loan to us? You haven't even, you've had it 24 hours. What happened?" And she said, "My husband found out about the loan and he started harassing me about giving him money. And I'm really concerned that he's going to take all the money and blow it up on drinking, and then I'm not going to be able to pay your loan back, and then I'll be a defaulter, and I don't want to be a defaulter. And he said this is the most amazing thing about the small loans that they give to women, that they have this high sense of integrity and they are never defaulters, and they always look at how they can pay the money back. And I loved both these stories because it was about the rise of women power, not just in urban centers and in gatherings such as this, but that it had percolated down to rural areas. And to me, this churn is the most exciting and interesting. That these women are independent, fierce, and ambitious. Long gone are those days of sarpanch husbands where, women voted the way they were told to. Women are showing their power even in the vote. And the recent elections, the women have been the game changers. They are actually the real power behind BJP's historic wins. So we've got election intelligence to pull up some of these graphs for us, which I don't know whether you want to see some graphs at this time of the day, but they're just easy graphs. It kind of proves the point of how women are voting differently to the men in their household, which is a real change. That's Madhya Pradesh, and then you've got Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. Okay, we're just showing two. So, and if you look at the election narrative, it's been a lot about the schemes related to women. And as the general election nears, the PM is already talking about women as a bloc. And I think other leaders will follow. So we have real power, we have real agency. It's our moment. And we must negotiate the best deal for all women. Madhvi ma'am has already come up and talked about all the things that she's doing in the corporate space, and we can see all the things that are happening on the rural space. So I'm really excited at the juncture of history that we are in at the moment. And what better place to discuss this than at the 20th edition of Business Today's Most Powerful Women in Business list, which honors 56 leaders from across so many different fields. The list includes 7 newbies, 4 comebacks, and 40 repeat winners from last year. This year, 6 achievers are moving to the Most Powerful Women Hall of Fame, because if you have won the award 7 times, then you're no longer considered for the main list. The Hall of Fame has already 26 women who have been MPW winners for 7 years. This is so amazing for 2 reasons. For one, I think when we break the ceiling, no one can stop us, and we are very sticky there. Second, the Hall of Famers are so generous with their encouragement of young leaders that our list continues to grow, and I think that's amazing. I think we really do have our own women's club going, and that really pleases me. Because as Zoya said, and that's going to be my anthem, we're not bossy, we are the boss. So thank you very much and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Kali, for the vote of thanks. Now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. The Business Today Most Powerful Women in Business issue launched in the year 2003, as Kali was saying, and it has established itself as a powerful legacy of highlighting and celebrating the achievements of extraordinary women leaders across diverse industries. These women stand out as beacons of excellence for both men and women. This year, in the 20th edition of this list, we celebrate 56 women leaders, including those who have made a mark on the global stage. This list actually includes, fun fact, 7 debutantes, 4 comebacks, and 40 repeat winners from last year. No, I'm not talking about elections or Bollywood. This is our MPW list. This year, 6 achievers moved to the MPW Hall of Fame. And that's a really, really cool place to be, having been MPW winners 7 times. Today, we're honored to unveil the latest edition of the BT MPW magazine issue, which showcases the inspiring stories of the leading women who have made it to the coveted list this year. Now, I'd like to call on stage Madhvi Puri Butch, Kalipuri, and Ms. Rooma Dey, Deputy Managing Director and Group Compliance Officer at State Bank of India, please, to kickstart this award ceremony. Quick note to the audience, you'll have been amazing all day, but this is when you have to really get that caffeine kicking in the system. Decibel levels will have to be much louder as these lovely ladies grace the stage. Please, a huge round of applause for each winner of this stellar list. Let's begin with a very special awardee. Our first winner on the MPW award list is none other than Zoya Akhtar. Zoya, can we please have you on stage? Appreciate you joining us on stage. For the next set of awards, let me call on stage Richa Tandon, Marketing Head at Magic Moments, to join us. On stage, please. Richa Tandon. For the next award, I'd also like to call on stage Dr. Swati Piramal, Vice Chairperson at the Piramal Group. A huge round of applause, please. Swati Piramal is a renowned scientist and industrialist who has made significant contributions to healthcare, innovation and social development in India. She's also the Vice Chairperson of the Piramal Group, a global business conglomerate with interests in pharma, financial services. That's all. Our next award winner is Anupriya Acharya, CEO, Publicis Group, South Asia. Ashima, since we, you know what we can do? Can I please have you here for just a couple of seconds, please? Yes, please. You get this very quickly. We can get the photo up, I thought, or you can quickly give us, you get the special opportunity for an acceptance speech.
Yeah, well, thank you, Business Today and the India Today group. This is a great, I was just saying, it's a real celebratory club. And as Rahul often says, when women win awards, they celebrate each other's awards, and there's this great atmosphere. So, and you know, it's really wonderful to meet a lot of people year in and year out. So, thank you.